Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be checking out yet again the Fenty Miss Merlot Mascara. This is their new Burgundy mascara. So I did use this. I think that was my very last video that I did. I did a first impression and demo on this mascara along with one of the new Fenty Snap Shadows. And in that video, I liked the way that the look came out. I thought it was okay, but the mascara just kind of got like camouflaged with the eyeshadow look that I did. And one of y'all mentioned that it probably will stand out better if I used it without any eyeshadow, and I said, oh, that makes perfect sense, because the look that I did in the first video, it was very comparable to the color of the mascara, so they just kind of like meshed into one another, the mascara and the eyeshadow, so you couldn't really see the mascara like too much. So I decided to try it again, and this time I decided to do like a very like muted, a much more like laid back eyeshadow look, so that the mascara will pop on top of the eyeshadow. I'm also going to show you guys the mascara hack that I did in that video, which is where you can put powder on your mascara to make it a bit longer and make it look more full, because I also said in that video that this isn't my favorite mascara. Like this one, I feel like it doesn't really do anything to add length and volume to your lashes, so I felt the need to add powder to it to just enhance it. So I'm going to show you guys that hack again, and you should be able to better see how the hack works, because again, the mascara is like falling on a much more muted eyeshadow look, so you know the mascara is just, you know, standing out a bit better with this look today. So that's what we're gonna do today. So before we get started, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also make sure you click on my notification bell. I try to post new videos every week, and make sure you let me know in the comments if you do subscribe. I love to meet y'all. I love to see who y'all are, and I definitely want to say thank you for subscribing, because you would really be helping me out. And of course, for those of you who are returning to the channel, welcome back, and per the usual, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for sticking in there with me. I really do appreciate it. Okay, you guys, let's jump right into it. Okay, so whenever I'm doing a video where I'm just like focusing on my eyeshadow, I never really know if y'all still want to see like my full routine, or if y'all would rather me just like cut to the chase and go straight to the eyeshadow. So if you want, you can leave me some feedback in the comments and let me know like what your preference is. But for today's video, I do already have my base makeup on, so we can go straight into the eyeshadow. But I do always like to show y'all what I use for primer, just because I use the same thing in every video, but I think that this makes like a huge difference in my eyeshadow. So I'm going to be starting off with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and I like to use this as a primer on the lower, or like the mobile part of my lid. And like I said, y'all hear me talk about this product in pretty much like every video where I do that's like a tutorial video. I just think like this stuff is like the best thing in the world for eyeshadow. I mean, I haven't tried like everything that's out there, but I really like this stuff. So if you haven't tried this, like I would highly recommend it, and I think it comes in like maybe 5 or 6 different shades. So there's like a shade for, you know, different skin tones. But I really love blending my eyeshadow on top of this stuff. And then toward the brow bone, I like using a different concealer, one that's a bit closer to my skin tone. So this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chestnut. And I'm just gonna blend that out right along the brow bone. And for my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Violet Voss Pro HG palette, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to start off with, I picked this palette today because it's a nice neutral palette. I normally don't do like neutral colors, but I do really like this palette, and it has like a lot of nice like brown, like earthy tones, ones that are going to be muted on my lid, but it's still going to look nice. So I'm going to start off with the shade Bestie here. And just like I told y'all in my last video, please disregard my nails. I'm trying to learn how to do my own nails so they don't look the best, you know? So this is going to be like my main lid color. So I'm just going to plop that pretty much all over my lid. And as you can see, it is like a really muted color, pretty much my skin tone. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shade Teddy Bear. So this is like a reddish, like burgundy brown type shade. And I'm going to put a little bit of this on the outer corner. And this color will tie in nicely with the color of the mascara, but I don't want a whole lot of this color on the lid, just because I don't want it to look like super smoky or anything. I just want to like deepen this area out just a little bit, just add some dimension to the eye look. So I am going to go back and blend that out, but before I do that, I'm going to take the shade Brownie Points. This is like a nice deep brown. I'm going to blend that out in my crease. I know I mentioned in a pretty recent video that I do my eyeshadow kind of like backwards from what I see everyone else do. Like I know a lot of people like to do like their crease area first, their transition shade, and then work their way down to the lid. I feel like I have to work backwards because I need to work up to make sure that you guys can see like whatever's on my lid. It needs to be seen. So that's why I'm just now doing like my, I guess, transition slash crease shade. I'm going to go back into the first shade that we used, Bestie. I'm going to pick some of that up on the same brush. And I'm just going to use that to kind of blend like right where those two shades on my lower lid are meeting each other. I'm just going to blend like right up in that area. I feel like I just blended away too much of that shade on my outer V area. This part of my eye is like really tricky because my skin like folds over. So it's like hard for me to blend like over that fold and still make it look, you know, blended. All right, next I'm gonna go in with this shade here. This is called Crystal. I'm gonna use this for my inner corner. And I'm sure you guys can tell that I decided to go back to just having my bed in my background. So when I put my inner corner shade on, I like to plop it on like the tear duct area, but then also kind of like blend it back out into the shade that I have on my lid. I feel like that kind of opens my eye a little bit. I'm actually going to take another brush. This brush doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to use this to kind of like blend right in this area. But I decided to go back to just having my bed in my background because all of the videos that I've done where I had like the white background and there were a couple where the background was kind of like a blush color, I just don't care for the lighting in those videos, and I've been trying to learn like how to fix the lighting when my background is a lot closer to me. I just can't figure it out, so I'm still gonna work at it, but for now I'm just gonna go back to having my bed back there. But I get so self-conscious, you know, with the bed right back there, because I feel like, what if I'm like, I don't know, if I leave like a bra or something laying on the bed, like even though I always check before I sit down and start filming, I just feel like I don't have to worry about that if like my background is just like clear. But oh well, I will figure it out one day. Okay, so between these two shades, I don't really know like which one I would prefer for the lower lash line, so I'm just gonna mix the two together. And I'm sure you guys know by now that when I put color on my lower lash line, I like to concentrate it like right on the outer corner. I never drag it like all the way in. And then I think I'm gonna take this shade here. This is called Are You Kidding Me? So it's just a little bit deeper than the first brown shade that we use. I think I'm gonna use this one to buff everything out. So basically I'm just gonna be blending that color around everything else. And then I also like to take whatever shade I'm using around the whole eyeshadow look. I also make sure that I bring it underneath whatever I have on my lower lash line to further buff that out as well. Let me know in the comments, like, what kind of backgrounds do y'all like when you're watching videos, or does it not matter to you? Like, I actually would prefer, if I could have like my perfect background, I would have like maybe some plants, some pictures, like some decor behind me. But if I had to choose between this and like just something plain, I would choose something plain. But do you guys like it when you see like stuff in the background when you're watching videos? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is what our eyes are looking like so far. I'm not completely done with the eyes just yet, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some more face makeup. I'll do that off camera, and then we will come back and then we will finish up with the mascara, and I'm just gonna do like a little bit more to the eyes. So I will be right back. Okay, so I put some bronzer, blush, and a little bit of highlighter on, and I did my eyeliner off camera. So the last thing I'm going to do with the eyes, I'm going to take this brush. This is a duo fiber brush. I'm going back in with this shade Crystal. This is the one that I put on my inner corner, and I'm going to also put some of this right along the brow bone. Even though this isn't the brush that I have been using lately to do this step, I do like using like a pretty big brush to do the brow bone highlight, because I actually like it when the highlight color kind of like trickles down on the whole eye look instead of it being concentrated like right along the arch of the brow. So that's why I'm using like such a big brush for that area. Okay, so let's move on to the mascara, and I'm going to apply this the same way that I did in my last video, because I already know that I don't think that this mascara is good at adding length and like looking full on your lashes. So I am going to do the technique where you can use powder to kind of like enhance the mascara. So I'm going to start off with, let me use this mirror here in the palette. I'm going to start off with putting one coat of mascara on the top and the bottom parts of my top lash line. Not lash line, but my top lashes, I guess. And all I'm doing is just putting like an even coat all over the lashes. And of course I got a little bit of mascara like on my eyeshadow just now, but oh well. Okay, so while the mascara is still like a little sticky and a little wet, I'm going to go back into this shade here, Bestie. This is the one that I have on my lid, and I'm going to take like a dense brush. This is the one that I use to apply the shadow to my lid, and I'm just going to coat the mascara with this powder. And you can do this trick with any type of powder. You can use eyeshadow like I'm doing. You can use like your bronzer. You can use a loose powder, like any type of matte powder you can do this with. But all I'm doing is just coating all of the mascara with this powder. And you should be able to see, I know I have like a little speck of mascara up there, but I'll get that a little later. But you should be able to see that the mascara is basically brown now because it's been covered with most of that eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go back on top of it with another coat of the mascara. So make sure when you do this that you put the powder on when the mascara is still a little wet, because you need that for the powder to stick to the mascara. I hope I'm making sense. But when you get to this step, like if for some reason you need to take your time, you can wait a little bit to put the second coat of mascara on. You just have to make sure that you're putting the powder on the mascara when it's still a little wet so that they'll stick together. So now I'm going to go back and coat that powder with some more mascara. And I've noticed like this mascara doesn't seem to be as wet as some other mascaras that I like using. Like I've noticed like the ones that I really like and I feel like they're good at lengthening and like looking full on your lashes without having to do this little hack. I feel like the formula of the mascara is like more like slippery. When I say slippery, not like it's all over the place, but it's just more wet. Like this seems to be really dry. Okay, so that is what one coat of it is looking like. And I like to do this powder trick twice. You can do it however many times you want to, but I like to do it twice. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more powder. And this time I'm going to stick this just right on the tips of my lashes. And then I'm just going to go over that with another layer of mascara. And then I'm just focusing this layer like right on the tips. One of my lashes is like going straight down like this and it's getting on my nerves. All right, let me see if I can flick off this little bit of mascara. Okay. All right, so this is what this lash is looking like. You can definitely see it a lot better now because it's falling against like a much more like muted eyeshadow look. So on this eye here, I will start off with applying the mascara the regular way without the powder so that you guys can see the difference between powder versus no powder. So over here, I'm just applying it, you know, like I normally would. When I'm using a mascara where I feel like I don't have to put powder on it, I don't put the mascara like on the top part of my lashes. I only put it down here because I do have some mascaras where I feel like it's just not necessary. I'm almost tempted to put like a couple drops of eye drops in here to see if that makes it a little more wet, because I just feel like this mascara is so dry, like it's hard to apply because it's like drying almost on contact. But so here you can see the difference between I applied this the regular way with no powder, and I can see it, but I feel like it just coated my lashes. It didn't add any length, any volume or anything. Whereas over here, this eye, the mascara definitely is more noticeable and it looks more full. And to me, my lashes look a little bit longer, but the fullness is definitely more noticeable over here. So I'm gonna put on just another thin layer over here. I just wanna have like a fresh layer over here so that I can put powder on top of it. Then I'm just gonna go over this with the powder and then some more mascara. And then I'm gonna do another layer of powder and mascara, but this time just on the tips of my lashes. Okay, and I'm sure you guys can see over here now that this mascara looks a bit more full and longer. So let me know what you think, if you can see a difference. So I'm going to do my lower lashes off camera. There's no way I can do my lower lash on camera and stay in frame. I just don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna do this off camera, then I'll be back and then we'll finish everything off with some lipstick. Okay, so now I have the mascara on the lower lash line as well, and I don't know if you guys can even make it out, but I did go ahead and put some eyeliner in my waterline. It is very minimal just because I'm not good at putting things in my waterline, but this is the LA Girl Ultimate Eye Intense Stay Auto Liner in the shade Super Bright. So this is what the shade of it looks like. I have a little bit in the waterline, but you may not even be able to tell that I applied that. So this is what the finished eye is looking like. So let me know what you guys think. My eyes started to get a little watery when I was putting this in. So that's why, to me, my eyes look watery, if you can tell. That's what it is. So let me know what y'all think about the mascara so far. I'm going to finish everything off with some lipstick. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline Matte Lipstick in Burgundy Blush. And of course, this should tie in very nicely with Okay, I'm just making sure I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. So this is my finished look using the Fenty Miss Merlot Mascara. I do feel like it took me quite a long time to put my lipstick on. I wish I had gone in with a lip liner first, but oh well. But let me know what y'all think about the look. Let me know if y'all can tell a difference in the mascara compared to the first time that I used it. And just let me know what you think about the makeup in general today. So I hope that you liked the video. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out today, and I hope to see y'all back here for my next video. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.